Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots is a video game developed by Kojima Productions exclusively for the PlayStation 3 console. The game was directed by Hideo Kojima and made its worldwide release on June the 12th, 2008, 10 years after the release of Metal Gear Solid.
Soldiers carry ID-tagged weapons, use ID-tagged gear.
Metal Gear Solid 4 is set in 2014, 9 years after the plot of the Metal Gear Solid and 5 years after Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. The world economy relies on a continuous war fought by PMCs, which outnumber government military forces. PMC soldiers are outfitted with nanomachines that enhance their abilities on the battlefield. The control network created through these nanomachines is called Sons of Patriots, and Liquid Ocelot is preparing to hijack the system. Snake, meanwhile, is experiencing accelerated aging due to his status as a clone, and has less than a year to live when his former commanding officer, Roy Campbell, approaches him with one last mission: to terminate Liquid. Snake accepts and is dropped into the Middle Eastern war zone, where Liquid is believed to be hiding. Seeking information on Liquid's whereabouts, Snake infiltrates the area where Liquid's army is camped, and is told to rendezvous with a group of US Army informants posted nearby. On his way to the meeting, he encounters Drebin 893, a black market arms dealer who injects Snake with nanomachines that enable him to use the latest generation of weaponry. At the rendezvous point, Snake encounters the Rat Patrol 01 unit, led by his old comrade Merrill Silverberg. They are ambushed by Liquid's personal troops, the Frogs. Snake continues on alone to the camp, and on the way witnesses 4 cyborgs wreaking havoc on a group of armed militiamen. Liquid unleashes a signal that incapacitates Snake, the Rat Patrol, and all other soldiers in the area equipped with nanomachines. As he collapses, Snake catches a glimpse of Dr. Naomi Hunter, who had injected him with the virus Foxdie in Metal Gear Solid before fleeing Shadow Moses with Liquid. The only person unaffected by the nanomachines destabilizer is Rat Patrolman Johnny Sasaki, who transports Snake to safety.
Snake.
Via an encoded message, Naomi explains she's been forced to do research for Liquid in South America and asks for Snake's help. Snake enters the South American local and witnesses one of the cyborgs and Vamp turning the local rebels against him. He is then debriefed by Drebin regarding the true identity of the cyborgs, the Beauty and the Beast corpse. 4 female soldiers suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, with orders to kill Snake. He also explains that the Patriots, a network of AI cores, control the nanomachine-laden PMCs.
Snake reaches Naomi, who explains that Liquid plans to use the Big Boss biometric data to access the Patriots' core AI and take control of the SOP. Our tests indicate Snake's rapid aging is genetic, and that Foxdie virus will cost him his life within 6 months. Before that, however, Snake will start spreading a deadly mutated version of Foxdie, effectively becoming a biological weapon. Snake and Naomi then make their escape out of the country with the help of Draben and Raiden, now a cyborg ninja. However, during the extraction, Raiden is wooden by Vamp during a prolonged fight. Naomi explains that an Eastern European resistance group possesses the remains of big bosses. Snake trails a resistance member to their leader Eva, now under the alias Big Mama, and revealed to be a surrogate mother to Snake and his nemesis, Liquid Snake. Through the Les Infantes Terribles project, true to Big Mama's prediction, the Raven Sword PMC attacks the vehicles transported by Big Boss's remains. He subsequently helps Big Mama escape to the riverside, where Big Boss's remains were really kept, and is confronted by Liquid. Unfazed by the US military forces ordering to surrender, Liquid destabilizes the SOP system again and easily claims victory in the ensuing firefight. He throws Big Boss's body to the flames, where Big Mama follows to save it. Snake's fruitless attempts to save Big Mama leave him with a burn scar. Liquid escapes with Naomi, but Hal, Emmerich, Mark II makes it into their gunboat. The Mark II reveals Liquid's plan to destroy the Patriots' core AI with a nuclear strike using Metal Gear Rex's railgun, then substitute it with his own core and gain control to this end. He needs non-anti-tagged warheads from the cache left in the Shadow Moses facilities. Snake returns to Shadow Moses Island. When Snake reaches Rex's hangar, he finds the railgun has been removed and Vamp waiting for him. With Naomi at his side, Raiden joins him and kills Vamp. Naomi, revealing she is riddled with cancer and tormented by her mistakes, disables the nanomachines that kept her alive. Snake and Raiden use Rex to head out of the collapsing hangar. Snake, now operating the Rex, is left to do with Metal Gear Ray, piloted by Liquid. After both Metal Gears are destroyed, Liquid reveals Outer Haven, a submersive warship ready to fulfill his launch plan. Liquid uses this weapon as a ram to kill Snake, but Raiden's body and cannot fire to the USS Missouri, force Outer Haven to retreat. Aboard the Missouri, Mei Ling, now a US Navy captain, orders the battleship to intercept Outer Haven. Using Outer Haven's requirement to surface before launching a nuke, Snake, Meryl, and Johnny board the ship via catapult. Frog storm in, and Meryl decides to hold them back while Snake proceeds on his way to the core. Snake is aided by Raiden, the last part of the way, filled with little microwave emitters. Snake traverses on his way, on his own, getting weaker as he moves along. He arrives at the core, where the Mark III uploads a computer virus programmed by Naomi and Sunny, called Fox Alive. Fox Alive destroys all the cores, disables the SOP system, and brings the war economy to a grinding halt. It effectively counteracts the Patriots' upcoming civilian control scheme, while preserving the energy and resource networks essential to modern society. While causing a mental breakdown for the attacked frogs, Snake, having passed out in the core, awakes atop Outer Haven's sail, where Liquid Ocelot asserts he is ready to gain control. From there, Snake and Liquid have their final showdown, a hand-to-hand combat from which Snake emerges triumphant.
And you are his. Just like your father. You're pretty good.
You're pretty good. Pretty good.
Meryl and Johnny getting married, with the former accepting Roy Campbell as her father. Meanwhile, Draben reveals his origin as a child soldier, as well as his role and Rat Patrol being pawns of the Patriots' schemes, but are now free. Draben shows Otacon that Rat Patrol 1 will rearrange to Patriots. Raiden reconciles with Rose after learning that her relationship with Campbell was only a smokescreen to protect Raiden's family from the Patriots. Snake stands before the grave of Big Boss, ready to take his own life to avert becoming a biological weapon. However, he cannot summon the willpower to shoot himself, and he is surprised to see a living Big Boss. Big Boss explains that the body burn in Eastern Europe was actually that of the third clone, Solidus Snake, and reveals that the Patriots were originally an interpretation of the Big Boss will, founded by Major Zero, Eva, Ocelot, Surgeon, Paramedic, and Big Boss himself. With increasing power, two rival factions arose within the Patriots' ranks: Zero, who stood for complete control, and Big Boss, who dreamed of a soldier's world. He also explains that Ocelots purposely used nanomachines and hypnotherapy to implant the persona of Liquid Snake as his own. Over the years, Zero let the newly established AI network assume more control, eventually leading to dependence on the war economy, a vision far from the boss's original will. Big Boss puts an end to the last remnants of this false vision by shutting down Zero's life support unit.
You going back to Zero as well?
You erased me 2 times before.
Big Boss informs Snake that the nanomachines that have been injected into
mark
him
the third.
included a new strain of Fox-Die, programmed by the Patriots AIs to kill the rival Patriots
Fox-Die.
faction and eradicate
Zero
the old
planted in
versions
you.
of Fox-Die. Thus, Snake has no risk of
already
becoming a
begun.
biological weapon,
Eating away
at least
my
before his
body.
own death. Big Boss then dies in Snake's arms, but not before
Truth
setting things
is,
right with Snake. Snake decides to live
Fox-Die in
out
you
his life peacefully in the company of
Is what
Otacon and
killed
Sunny,
Eva.
vying to live
And
long
Ocelot.
enough to see what the future holds
What are you
in the
talking
new
about?
world he helped to
Hail me.
create.